Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So as you guys can see, there's something different about me. As you see by the title, why I took out my tongue piercing. So a lot of you guys are still to this day asking me questions about my tongue piercing, what you guys did, what you guys experienced. So if you guys haven't seen the videos that I'm talking about, it's this one right here when I first got my tongue pierced, and then this one right here is when I had it for about like a year and giving you guys that update. Now we're at this point where I don't even have it in anymore. I'm sure you guys want to know the update for the people who are thinking about getting a tongue piercing. Is this your sign? Should you not? So this is why I'm going to answer all those questions for you here right now in this video. So before we get into it, drop a like, make sure you guys subscribe, and let's get into it. I first got my tongue pierced. I'm going to insert a clip here.
Alright, just relax your tongue. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good job.
Oh my god.
There you go.
I was like, what's going on? Overall piercing itself, as you can see, it wasn't too bad. On a scale of 1 to 10, the overall pain would rate it about 4 to 5. Like, it wasn't bad. Like, I could get it again. I wouldn't say I have a high pain tolerance, but somewhat different. I would say I can take pain. Like, I still feel pain, but it was doable for the most part. What really was the kicker was the healing process. When I tell you guys that itself, this video right here, we're almost at 100K. Let's run it up, we're almost at 100K. The video right there, that explains the whole process from beginning to end. From when I first got it done to day 7. You're gonna see a full week of what it's like healing with a tongue piercing. That process is not for the weak. Like I said, watch that video if you want to see all the details. My second video, after that week, here's the update of what it was like having this tongue piercing, the plaque, and just the overall health care and what I experienced. So again, if you guys want to see that as far as like the overall lifespan of me having the piercing, watch that video. Specifically this video, all I'm going to do is talk about why I took it out. I'm going to start with like the list of like things that were kind of bothering me about having a tongue piercing, and then I'm going to lead you guys up to the actual day when I was like, I'm done. One of the things was definitely like the plaque buildup. You have a tongue piercing, you have like a bar like this in your tongue, and your tongue is like, you know, it points it out. You know, when you brush your teeth, you wake up, you have that plaque buildup. That's why you brush your teeth to scrape it all off. But if you don't, that plaque hardens up. So that was kind of like with me for my tongue piercing. Like, I wouldn't get plaque on the top, but on the bottom of my tongue, because I don't scrub like underneath my tongue so often, I would get plaque buildup accumulated over time, so then I'd have to like scrape it off. It wasn't anything bad, but it would just be annoying because you have to like scrape that off because you don't want to be kissing somebody or around somebody and you have like plaque built up on your tongue piercing. So eating with the tongue piercing, whew, it's very much doable. Like, you eat like normal except with an adjustment. It's like, let's say you eat certain candy. If you're eating like taffy, Starburst, you chewing that is gonna get stuck on your teeth. Lollipops, it's naturally gonna get stuck on your tooth, and it can be kind of annoying because it can kind of like pull at like your tongue, and it's like kind of, it doesn't hurt, but it's like ah. Eat noodles or spaghetti, it can wrap around your tongue piercing. Sometimes, oh my god, oh, this will make me cringe so bad. You know when you're really hungry, you eat really fast. So sometimes if you get lost in the sauce, you know how you accidentally bite your tongue? Bro, imagine you have a tongue piercing, so you're biting hard AF on like this metal bar, so your teeth are like zzz, like ringing. Like, imagine like you hit a gong and it's like vibrating and pulsating. That's for me what my teeth felt like whenever like I would like clamp onto that metal bar. That was probably one of the worst. All you hear is like that loud clank too, so you're hoping like, oh my god, I hope I did not lose a tooth. My dentist, that's another thing. The annoying thing about having a tongue piercing is your dentist is gonna get on you. I got my piercing when I was 19 up until like me being almost 22, so like 21, about 2 years. So in that time I saw my dentist about 4 times, and every single time, you know how dentists are, they're always gonna tell you like, oh my god, you know, it's not good for your teeth, the health of your teeth. You know how dentists are. So my dentist would always tell me like how she's had patients who she's had in before who had a tongue piercing, and like they would come in with chipped teeth from the tongue piercing, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. And then she would suggest like you could wear like a rubber or like those filler ones, and I'm like, girl, I'm not wearing a filler tongue piercing, which in retrospect wouldn't be too bad because I feel like you wouldn't get plaque as much and you wouldn't have to worry about chipping your tooth, which obviously she would know that because she's a dentist. But I was being hard-headed, like, girl, shut up. I know what I'm doing. Or if you're just someone who naturally eats fast, be wary of that, because that and biting onto it. Because if you naturally bite your tongue, you're gonna bite your tongue piercing at some point. So just be careful and cautious of the fact that you could chip a tooth. And then next on the list would be, when you're getting, or if you have a partner, you got a bae, someone you care about, whoever. Tongue piercing with a lover, like let's say kissing or like intimacy, not bad. It's almost like having braces. There is that a resistance blocking, but it's not like a deterrence. Like it's not like you can't kiss or you can't do whatever. You still can. It's just you gotta be mindful of the jury. So I say kissing is the same. If you wanted to like French kiss, I feel like it's not bad. Just you guys can't do certain things, like if you wanted to like suck your tongue or something. So another thing, depending how your tongue piercing is, I never changed my tongue piercings from when I first got it pierced. I still had the one the piercer gave me. I know some people change theirs and they get spikes and stuff like that. I feel like, yeah, you couldn't really kiss for a real or tongue kiss if you had a really intricate tongue piercing. Mine was a standard regular ball one, so mine was pretty smooth. So I feel like for me, I didn't have issues as far as like loving my partner, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's not any difference. It's just gonna be a little resistance doing some things, because again, that's still a piece of metal in your mouth. Last one, some days I would wake up in pain, and I feel like it was kind of like my sleeping, because when you have a tongue piercing, that's, oh my god, I don't have it anymore. A piercing jewelry is like a Q-tip. So imagine you have like a pole, a metal pole, and then two balls at the end, or two bulbs at the end of each pole. But when you're sleeping, this is your tongue, this is like the ends of the piercing. So when you're sleeping and you're closing your mouth and stuff, that ball is not shrinking or bending or anything. Like it's still stationary. Mine just kind of like tilt forward, but always have an indentation from like the ball of the piercing on the roof of my mouth. It would just be painful. Like moving my tongue around when I would wake up, it would hurt. And I feel like that's because I'm sleeping for 6 hours. Tongue is in this uncomfortable position because it has this like metal bar in its mouth at uncomfortable angles. So some days like my mouth would be sore. The moment you guys been waiting for. The day I actually decided to take out my tongue piercing was actually like last summer. I would say maybe July, I believe. I don't know if it was August or July, but I woke up again with pain in my mouth, and it was annoying because I was just like, bro, my tongue actually like, it's in pain. And when I have moments when my tongue is in pain, I usually give it a day and it feels better. But at that point, guys, like I said, I got that tongue piercing when I was 19. At this point, I was turning 22. I wanted to channel like a different era, like a softer girl era. And I think a piercing can be soft, but I had it when I was 19. I must be 22, so that's almost 3 years. At that point, I kind of like grew out of it. And I'm not saying I will never get a tongue piercing again in the future. I definitely would if that's what I want to do, because that's a piercing that I would not mind getting again and dealing with it. That way I can watch the video from what I did back then, and I can learn from the mistakes that I did, so I don't have to do them again or repeat them again. It's just one of those days I just took it out and I was like, you know what, I'm kind of done wearing a tongue piercing. It was a fun ride. A lot of people didn't even know I had a tongue piercing, but my parents didn't even know I had a tongue piercing, and I had that thing for almost 3 years, which, hey, that's another story time. Like, how to finesse a tongue piercing when you're still living with your parents or still around your parents. I'm not with my parents. Like, well, I didn't get it. Well, what made it easy was I was in college. I think that's why I finessed it. But so maybe I'm not the person to go to for that story. But I mean, just don't open your mouth all the way when you talk. You know, I shouldn't even be advising you guys to be getting tongue piercings under your parents' roof. Wait till you move out. Let's start there. Wait till you move out. Wait till you move out and get your own money. I couldn't even tell you guys the reasoning why I got my tongue pierced. I don't know if it was like after the breakup or just I was in college, but I just went rogue and I was like, fuck. I just wanted to just get all the piercings I wanted. I feel like I lived my life, I lived my era, and if you're thinking of getting a tongue piercing, do it. It's worth it. There's risk to anything. Every single piercing you have technically has some type of risk, but for the most part, if you're watching this video and think about getting a tongue piercing, get it. That's the end of the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and oh my gosh, guys, this concludes the tongue piercing series until I get another one. Wow, that was a good little trilogy, and oh my gosh, remember number 3, so that's a good little way to end the trilogy. If you guys want another piercing series, don't forget to watch this video of when I got my nipples pierced, guys. Like, hello, YouTube yellow marked this, so it hasn't been pushed as much, but guys, go check it out. Definitely. I actually have a video right here that's in the vault, and if you guys want to see that video, that's when my nipple piercing got infected, and I have a healing process of my nipple piercing thing, guys. That shit, I'm not getting these. I'm not getting my nipples pierced again if they fall out. Like that for that one, I'm not redoing that one. Overall point is, if you guys want to see the series and the journey with nipple piercing, comment down below because we can run it up. It's a simple publish, and we got another series going on. I do have a couple more ear piercings I do want to get. Comment down below. Stay tuned for the journey, and if you have any more questions, comment down below what other videos you guys want to see, what other questions you have. Follow me on the gram, Snapchat, YouTube, my 2 other channels, my reaction channel and that 3rd channel. We get really lit over here, guys. Make sure you guys put your post notifications on because we have stuff to talk about. You guys cannot be missing my YouTube vlogs when we dive into these topics. So make sure your post notifications are on, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and peace.
Tell me who gon' make it out. I don't be giving no fucks. I know it.